Good evening, the time now is 11 p.m. Our top of the hour headlines. The inaugural Sarawak Design Week kicked off on Monday. Premier of Sarawak eyes 6 billion ringgit in furniture export by 2030. And the Yang di Pertuan Agong expresses his desire to drive on the Pan Borneo Highway. Hello there, you're now with me, Douglas Elliott, and this is TVS Nightline. Local timber industry players, including young designers, have been challenged to achieve the export of timber products by at least 6 billion ringgit by 2030. The call was made by the Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, adding that currently Sarawak furniture export makes up only 44 million ringgit in sales, or 1.4%, despite the timber-based industry registering 3.1 billion ringgit in export for the year 2021.
He said out of the total export recorded from January to September 2022, plywood exports account for 2.8 billion ringgit, while other primary products make up the rest.
We feel that by 2030, Sarawak should produce 75% of the total export of 8 billion ringgit. If other countries can transform leapfrog, I'm sure our young designers can do it.
Speaking at the launch of Sarawak Design Week 2023, Abang Johari said that the matter can be achieved by developing and upgrading of its technology as well as the creativity of its human talents. Additionally, Abang Johari urged the industry players to turn to circular economy by making full use of its byproducts. Also present at the ceremony were Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, Sarawak Design Center Saradec Chairman Dato' Muhammad Naruddin Majais, and Chief Executive Officer Dayang Nena Abang Bruce.
The Sarawak Design Week 2023 launch today is the first ever such event, organized by the Sarawak Design Center, or Saradec, in collaboration with the Ministry of International Trade, Industry and Investment Sarawak, Bandung Institute of Technology and other strategic partners. Team Design for Tomorrow, Deputy Premier of Sarawak Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, described the event as timely and relevant to cultivate and promote the significance of design for businesses and boosting creativity in the community. Awang Tengah said Design for Tomorrow invigorates the aspiration that crafts and design could contribute to the growth of Sarawak's economy, adding that Sarawak can benefit from its diverse cultures and ethnic groups in terms of creative design.
It is timely for Sarawak to embark and focus on the designs of creative products from Sarawak to penetrate international market. This event is indeed a strategic platform for designers and local producers to view and enhance Sarawak products through creative design.
He said this in his speech at the launch of Sarawak Design Week 2023 on Monday.
And you're going to see got a number of the products produced by our young designers. Not only in this hall, but there are a number of exhibitions. This is one of the products produced by our young designers.
He also hoped the program could help Sarawak reach its target of producing 100 young furniture makers by 2030. The exhibition night, organized by Saradek, saw more than 100 exhibitors convene at the Borneo Convention Center, Kuching, BCCK tonight. The dinner was graced by the guest of honor, Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, and was held in appreciation of the exhibitors' support and participation in the inaugural Sarawak Design Week 2023. Now, for more details, we have our reporter Camilla Yunus with the details.
Thank you, Douglas. For the first time, a homegrown design-focused expo is being held in Sarawak, where it takes place here in Borneo Convention Center, Kuching, BCCK, an icon of modern architectural design that incorporates element of the nature in the form of lift. And Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, said in his speech that this program is also in tandem with our aspiration to produce more high-value added products for export market, where the initiative is poised to boost our annual export earnings from 4 billion ringgit presently to 8 billion ringgit by 2030. And just a little bit of information here, Douglas. The global market value of furniture was estimated to be $557 billion in 2022 and was expected to increase every year to reach the forecasted value of approximately $651 billion by 2027. And Malaysia only contributed about 12 billion ringgit per annum, while Sarawak only contributed less than 100 ringgit million per annum. And the highlight of the exhibition nights are included a presentation of the plaques to the exhibitors and double certificates to the Saidi designer, where the first certificate was for their attendance during the incubator program organized by Saradek in collaboration of Institute Technology, Bandung Faculty of Art and Design, FSRD, ITB, for the year of 2022, while the second one was for their successfully completed their training with Sarawak Young Designer Training Program from the year of 2020 to 2021. And you know, that is all I can share for now, but feel free to head on to our official website tvstv.my and our social media platform for the latest updates. Camilla Yunus and videographer Muhammad Rafiq for TVS. Over to you, Douglas.
Thank you, Camilla. Now, if Balinese design is renowned for its use of teakwood and Swedish design is synonymous with its minimalist style, Sarawak furniture too has a great potential to tap into the global market. According to Sarawak Design Centre Saradek Chief Executive Officer Dayang Nina Abang Prus, Sarawak is blessed with rich natural resources and diversity that can be incorporated into its design.
We are very rich in culture. We have 27 ethnic, and then they have their own culture and they have their own motif, material things. So we want to incorporate all those into the furniture design that makes us unique. For example, if our furniture has a puak kumbuk, there's no other countries that can produce a furniture with a puak kumbuk.
She added Sarawak is also blessed by the abundance of Borneo ironwood, or known locally as the bullion, which is of high quality and value.
We are the only state in Malaysia and the only country maybe in this region that produce a very unique species of wood which are suitable for furniture. So this bullion, we use it, and some of the bullions already like floating bullions on the beach, or this is being collected and turned into a furniture. So that is the unique of Sarawak.
At the same time, Dayang said Saradek, as a talent and skills development center, is confident of achieving the furniture export target of 6 billion ringgit set by the Premier, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari, by 2030. She said Saradek's participation in the Design Fair Asia in Singapore last September has netted sales of over 8 million ringgit.
Our target is to increase it by 6% every year. And we spoke to the industries, and they are very confident that it can be achieved. So that gave me in Saradek have the confidence of achieving of 6 billion for the value-add products.
She was met by TVS at the opening ceremony of Sarawak Design Week 2023 at the Borneo Convention Center, Kuching, on Monday.
Both exhibitors and members of the public would benefit immensely from the Sarawak Design Week. Having such avenue enables both parties to share knowledge and expertise, as well as gaining access to the endless possibilities of inspiring interior and exterior designs.
Sangat bermanfaat lah sebab kan banyak orang suka dekor, and then boleh mula sales juga, and then kan orang muda kini tu suka dekor-dekor, bergambar semua lah, macam ni lah bagi kami lah.
Pada pendapat saya, Sarawak Design Week ni baguslah sebab actually dari saya sendiri, saya tidak tahu sangat pasal furniture design kah ataupun just design macam ni, saya tak tahu sangat. And then bila saya join this event, so saya boleh nampak macam perspektif dari orang yang kreatif yang memang aktif lah dalam industri design ni. So kita boleh nampak each of the punya unique.
This design week very useful sebabnya because kita orang memang nak promote tenunan iban sebab untuk memupuk minat di antara orang yang muda-muda supaya setidaknya minat tenun. So kita cari mana-mana platform yang dapat kita tolong promote. Macam Saradek tu is a big event lah, setidaknya dapat promote tenunan Pakumbu.
The 4 days event, which started on February 13, is held at the Borneo Kuching Convention Center, BCCK.
Now, it's a known fact that poverty can often lead to disparities in access to resources and services, including those of healthcare and family planning services. This can ultimately result in a higher rate of infant abandonment, particularly among marginalized communities that may lack access to support and resources. A member of the Sarawak Women for Women Society SWWS and activist Nabila Abdul Malik stressed that while baby hatches are meant to be a solution for mothers who couldn't afford to care for their infants, providing additional support to these communities and ensuring that every child has a safe and secure start in life.
She opined that it is also important to consider the needs of these communities and address the underlying socio-economic issues that may contribute to the need for baby hatches.
We do think that there is a need to establish more baby hatch in the state. While we welcome the steps to enable desperate women to have a safe place to leave their baby, we also hope society won't blame those who don't, as we have to remember not all women in such situations can access the safe baby hatch. For example, those who just given birth, they are physically weak, and some may not have a transport, or if they have, they might only have a motorbike. Most often, they don't have those motorbike, they don't have a support, or they have no way to hide their predicament.
Moreover, she said it is also important to ensure that all baby hatches are implemented in a way that is safe and accessible. This includes providing appropriate medical care for the infants and ensuring that they are placed in safe and loving homes.
Some ministry is also having programs to provide sex education. The need for this is to engage youth, boys as well as girls, so they can make better informed choice, help them to think things through for themselves, reflect, build skills, and know where to find help if they are in a difficult situation. For example, if for boys, if their girlfriend is pregnant, they know where to find help and they know what to do instead of just letting things go wrong, go awry.
Meanwhile, she further added that more awareness on baby hatch should be intensified, as teen pregnancy can often be associated with negative stereotypes and stigmas.
There should be more awareness for baby hatch initiative, to give more awareness to people, to create more bigger awareness about it. And at the same time, you can also text or call our phone line by 016-582-2660, or you can email to info@ sar.swws.org if you need help or you need more information on our program.
Previously, Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development Minister Dato Sri Fatimah Abdullah said the Borneo Medical Center BMC Kuching will set up a baby hatch to help curb baby dumping. This will be the second such facility in Sarawak, following a similar hatch launched by the KPJ Kuching Specialist Hospital in 2017.
Coming up after the break, Bank Negara report found that 30% of Malaysians feel that their debts are burdensome. Plus, in Turkey, a woman is found alive 1 week after the deadly quake. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. You're watching TVS Nightline. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Bilal Shah has expressed his desire to drive along the Pan-Borneo Highway in Sabah and Sarawak. His Majesty said he was pleased with the progress of the Pan-Borneo Highway project in both of the Bornean regions, which started in 2015 and is expected to be fully completed in 2024.
Adalah menjadi impian beta untuk memandu menelusuri lebuh raya Pan Borneo ini, khususnya untuk beta dan Raja Permaisuri mengenali dengan lebih rapat lagi rakyat beta di pendalaman bumi Kenyalang dan negeri di bawah Bayu. Program kembara ini sedang dirangka oleh pihak Istana Negara dan kerjasama Kerajaan Persekutuan Kerajaan Negeri Sabah dan Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak, insyaAllah.
His Majesty said this in his royal address when opening the second session of the 15th Parliament here today. At the same time, His Majesty said efforts to develop and empower the country's economy, including Sabah and Sarawak, need to be stepped up, in addition to focusing on providing infrastructure and public facilities to the sustainability of the construction sector.
Now, following that, Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Fadillah Yusof will head the Yang di-Pertuan Agong's tour in Sarawak, Sabah and Brunei once the Pan-Borneo Highway is completed in 2024. This comes after His Majesty Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Bilal Shah has expressed his desire to go on a road tour and meet the people himself, especially in the rural areas. Now, joining us tonight is our reporter Muhammad Yusof, who spoke with the Deputy Prime Minister earlier, and he is joining us right from Kuala Lumpur to give us more insights on the matter. Now, Yusof, what did exactly the Deputy Prime Minister said?
Thank you, Douglas. Now, undoubtedly, our Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Fadillah Yusof, was very moved by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong's decree of, going on a road tour in Sarawak, just to appreciate all the hard work that has been put out to, construct the Pan-Borneo Highway itself, which, by the way, is very, very important for the people of Sarawak and Sabah, and definitely our friends in Brunei too. But also, he was moved because the Yang di-Pertuan Agong intended to meet the people of Sarawak and Sabah. And I think it's only right for me to show you a little snippet of the interview I had with Fadillah.
Sebab itu saya rasa tersentuh tadi dengan seorang Sultan Agung yang berjiwa rakyat ingin sendiri turun melihat keadaan di Sarawak dan Sabah. Sebab pada baginda, Sabah Sarawak begitu dekat di hati baginda. Dan kali ini sebelum melepaskan tugas sebagai Yang di-Pertuan Agong, baginda sendiri ingin melihat. Dan saya menjunjung kasih kepada tuanku, dan saya telah dititahkan untuk mengatur menelaras lawatan baginda nanti. Tempat-tempat yang perlu dilawat termasuklah sehinggalah masuk ke Brunei dan juga antara Sabah dan Sarawak itu sendiri.
For your information, Douglas, Fadillah was attending a meeting with the Sarawak Premier, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Kuala Lumpur, along with other Gabungan Parti Sarawak MPs prior to the parliamentary sitting. And in regards to the parliamentary sitting, which will, initiate tomorrow morning, of course, I will be reporting from Kuala Lumpur directly for the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned with us right here on TVS. And yeah, I guess that's all I've got for you, Douglas. With me, Shahrizal Kamal Arifin for TVS Kuala Lumpur.
Thank you so much, Yusof, for the update. Now, moving along, a Bank Negara Malaysia BNM survey has found that at least 30% of Malaysians felt that their debts are burdensome, which seems to be a long-term problem among salaried workers in Malaysia. BNM Financial Inclusion Department Director Nur Rafid Nazri said most of the debts were accumulated due to the fear of missing out on lifestyle. Hence, it is mostly acquired during the early working life, during the youth, and often for unproductive reasons.
Adding to that, he said that through the basic protection provided under Perlindungan Tenang, Malaysians could protect themselves and their families with a premium contribution as low as 30 ringgit per year, for coverage of between 10,000 and 30,000 ringgit. Meanwhile, BNM's Financial Capability and Inclusion Site FCI 2021 survey found that personal financial risk management is not a norm among Malaysians, with 47% of Malaysians having difficulty raising 1,000 ringgit in emergency funds, while 1 in 3 were not interested in getting insurance or takaful protection. Additionally, 27% of Malaysians were worried about their ability to meet their old age expenses, whereby 50% of Malaysian youth have not thought of any retirement strategies. As a member of the Financial Education Network that aims to raise the level of financial literacy in Malaysia, Nur Rafid said BNM conducts FCI surveys periodically to measure the progress of financial literacy among Malaysians. 2 FCI surveys were conducted in 2015 and 2018, while the latest one was conducted in 2021, right after the economy reopened following the COVID-19 pandemic.
People have a tendency to live their lives based on the misleading idea that we will constantly try to obtain what we want, while the truth is that we only put in effort to obtain what we need. To understand why this is happening, we first need to look a closer look at what define desires and needs. According to Professor Dr. Shazali Abu Mansour, an economist from ICAT University College, gratifying of owning their designed items through that could be an issue if it goes out of hand.
He said this when commenting on a survey by Bank Negara Malaysia, BNM, which found that 30% of Malaysians felt their debt burdened them, and the matter is seen as a long-term problem among salaried workers in Malaysia. Shazali further added that many people in society do not actually understand the basic concept of savings. Thus, he advises that the public should save first before spending.
In foreign development, rescuers pulled a woman alive from the rubble of a collapsed building in Turkey on today. A week after a major earthquake struck Turkey and Syria, killing more than 33,000 people.
According to local news reports, the 40-year-old Sibel Kaya was rescued in southern Gaziantep province, some 170 hours after the first two quakes struck the region. Rescue workers in Kahramanmaraş had also made contact with 3 survivors, believed to be a mother, daughter, and baby in the ruins of a building. With chances of finding more survivors growing more remote, the toll in both countries rose above 33,000 on Sunday, with figures expected to rise. It was the deadliest quake in Turkey since 1939. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan is facing questions over his response to the earthquake ahead of an election scheduled for June that is expected to be the toughest of his 2 decades in power. In Syria, the disaster hit hardest in the rebel-held northwest, leaving homeless yet again many people who had already been displaced several times by a decade-old civil war. The region has received little aid compared with government-held areas. The quakes killed 29,605 people in Turkey and more than 3,500 in Syria, where tolls have not been updated for 2 days. Turkey said on Sunday about 80,000 people were in hospital and more than 1 million in temporary shelters.
Many schools and local government facilities across Auckland and its surrounding regions were closed, and residents were asked not to travel if possible. Electricity is currently out for 46,000 homes, and the cell service is erratic in some areas, while the trees have broken down and roofs lifted off.
Residents in Auckland, New Zealand and its surrounding areas are told to brace for more heavy rains, flooding and gale-force winds as Cyclone Gabrielle is nearing the country's coast on Monday. Cyclone Gabrielle is currently sitting at 250 kilometers northwest of New Zealand and is predicted to move closer to the east coast in the next 24 hours.
Going to be a hard night and a very difficult week, and for many the recovery will be long. But together Auckland is strong by supporting each other. We will get through the cyclone and stay safe, Aucklanders.
The cyclone is the second significant weather event to hit the city, as last month it was hit by a record rainfall which sparked floods and killed 4 people.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally, just a click away. More headlines anytime at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Dr. Salit. Thank you for watching.
Amboi, Sharon, amboi. Ini I punya handphone. Suka saya pakai handphone orang. Tak karya kami, hak kami. Apa tu? Jadi untuk esok, penonton kita akan bersama dengan Wan Alita Juzek dalam karya kami hak kami.
Dan kita juga ada topik yang seterusnya, peranan pusat dalam memartabatkan alat muzik tradisional Sarawak. Semuanya di TVS saluran 12 Astro dan My TV, hanya di Sejahtera Asia. Daripada inspirasi, kami cetuskan inovasi.
Bukan aku,
Daripada inspirasi, kami cetuskan inovasi.